Okay, there we go. We're back in. Right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the I'm Cycling eRace series. Race number 4. No, race number 4, event number 5. Okay, so when we include the individual time trial, then we've got event number 5 out of 6. This is race number 4 though on the big ring circuit. So yeah, here we go. We're going to start off shortly. Let me just move over to this one here. By all means, if you're in chat, say hello. Hopefully we have got something working with the stream, though can't guarantee. I've tested it. It looks good before I turned everything on, but as seems to be on a Wednesday night, things seem to do its own thing once once everything starts running full on. Chat, but we'll see. Everything looks good so far anyway. So by all means, please jump in chat, say hello, tell me who you're cheering for, or who you're not cheering for. Yeah, all good. So yeah, big ring today. So we're again bespoke distances depending on what category you're in. So A and B's are 35.1 kilometers. A Ray in the garage freezer tire. Good to have you in, Ray. There we go. We've got some riders starting off, and I better jump to one of them. There we go. We're in. A lot of B's once. Look at the infantry guys jumping across the ACAT. So we've already got 4 ACAT riders that are in, which is good. 4 infantry guys at least in the ACAT. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Right, yeah. Doing that, we've got B ready to go soon as well. Yeah, so what did you say? 35.1 kilometers for the A and B cats on the big ring circuit. It's bespoke finish, so we're not going all the way around, and we're not finishing at the actual finish for this course because of the length of it. We've kind of cut it down. However, it's predominantly a flat course today. Little elevation, just a few little bumpy bits. So possibly maybe one for a breakaway. Maybe trying to go solo, which would always fun to see. If not, then that doesn't matter either. I'm going to just quickly move on. Let's see, the 2 screens is going to work. Come on, 2 screens. Let's go 2 screens. There we go. We're not watching that, are we? We are not watching. Go. Someone's already gone off. Don't know if that was Rob just being, because Rob was the one that was watching. Yeah, 2 screens there, so we've got A and B's already set off on their way. Now, my understanding is everyone can see each other this time round, so there's a good chance that the B's may catch up with the A's. We'll see how it goes as the race progresses. Yeah. What was I talking about anyway? The different laps. So no, I'm on the wrong one. 32 kilometers for the season, 29.6 for the D's. I say it's mainly flat. We're going off to the new part of the well, not the new one now. There is a newer section now, but we are going to a new part of one of the new areas of Utopia along the coast. So quite a picturesque route, but yes, relatively flat. It'll be interesting to see what the riders decide to do. As we're just looking at there, we'll pop over to the C shortly once they start. So yeah, we've had Ray in chat anyway. Who else is in chat? Who else is riding away? Ray, you're with the Bees, aren't you, today? Hopefully you'll have a good race. You had a good race last week for your first time amongst the Bees. You did a very credible finish with them. So let's talk about, while we're just watching these for now, let's talk about the standings, shall we? And let's listen to me waffling for a while. Let me just bring up results. So just to give you an idea then. So after 4 events, 3 races, 1 ITT, the current standing is as follows, with the Royal Signals taking the lead over the infantry. Now it's the not first time. Infantry normally not normally, but have always seen some challengers. However, that tends to change as the races progress and the infantry come back fighting, which it looks like what they've done actually within the A category for sure. Anyway, they've got 4 riders in there, so they'll be scoring well in the A cats. Yeah. And then, so anyway, yeah, Royal Signals then first, Infantry second, and AMS third. However, between the AMS, Royal Engineers, Royal Artillery, and the Royal Logistics Corps, there is about 300 points between them. So that podium spot is definitely not guaranteed for the AMS. It's definitely up for grabs. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And then we've got Remy in 7th, the Army, RCAM, IMCOR, RAC, AGC, the PTIs, and the Army Air Corps. In regards to actually them kind of the standings point wise and everything like that, hopefully we've got Mike Goff leading the points for the ACATs over AF and Cy Richards. If we go to the Bs, Rob McEwen currently winning over that with Cy Howe in second. However, Cy Howe has bumped up to the ACATs, his choice to ride in the A categories today, and therefore he will push on. And then so you've got Nick Howarth and Adam Page effectively second and third. If we go to the Cs, we've got Craig Gott leading that one, Andy Fakui for the RLC in second, and Phil Cox in third. Then Ds, we've got David Hunter first for the infantry, Neil Herbert second for RLC, and John Grimsdale third for the RA. So yeah, all good so far. So, and then the women's finally, we got Hannah Napton for the infantry in first, Rosie Coe for signallers in second, and Emily Thompson for the signallers as well in second spot. There are a few other competitions as well. There's a general classification for timings, and the likes of. Points competition is basically best 3 of 6 events. So for those riders that have done a few events now, you know they've got their kind of score. They've laid their scores down. However, there are sprint points and KQM points in these races as well, and then points that get you help you boost your score. So you may win the race, and therefore that improves your GC race at least anyway. However, for the points table, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna win the points competition just because you're winning races. You've got to do well in all the kind of areas, so the KQMs and the sprint points, to be able to achieve that mark. So, for example, there I noticed there that John Grimsdale. I know John has won quite a few races within the D categories. However, he's third actually in the points competition. That being because he hasn't scored high in the sprint elements. Yeah, so there's 2 minutes currently. He's leading in the general classification. And for those that are new, general classification is basically the quickest time over all the races. So each race, your time gets added up, and whoever has the quickest time over each race, that goes towards the general classification. So yeah, we don't chat. Pat, infantry will win overall. Any technicals for you tonight, Pat? Let us know, eh? You get them excuses ready, mate. Rich M, infantry, DCATs for a podium. So what we're looking at, Dave Hunter, that's a DCAT rider that could potentially. We've got Gary Farrell and yourself here, Rich. I see. Yep. So you're laying your stall out now for a win, are you, Rich? Carl Proctor, RLC for the win. Oof, dark horse. See, Carl. We'll see how it looks. Right. So let's go and have a look at the D's there, the C category, and we'll get a gander over at the C's as well, hopefully. But there we go. That's Dean Cutterman. Zoom out. I think this looks like the lead pack, the D's at least, and then move and have a gander at the. Sorry, that's the C's, and let's see if we can find a D cat rider. There we go. John Bishop. Currently 18th though, so let's see who we can see if it updates and finds us some other riders. The just so you know, this run today, because of the length, it's not a circuit. It's one length. Everyone can see everyone. All right. So the idea is that if you get spat out for the C's example, and you are caught up by the lead of the D categories, you got someone to ride with for a while anyway. So yeah, right, Rich. Let's see. We got did see our group here though. Oh no, too far. So what's that? Rose, Rich, Rich. There you go, Rich M. In amongst the gang. Robin there. Walker, Dave Hunter. Name a few. So just one with the women's competition as well. While I remember, so I mentioned there about the women's race. However, you'll notice that there's no women's category on course at the moment. So what we've decided for this season, or this series anyway, is that to be able to encourage riders to be able to ride together and not necessarily be dropped in the likes of. I know because the women's category was so small in numbers, it kind of was not maybe it's necessarily appealing all the time. So what we've done is we've allowed them to enter the category as per what Swift decides their category is. So everyone has what's called a category enforcement. They are told you're an A category, B category, C category, D category rider. However, so they will race. So there will be women that are riding in the A, B, C's, or D's. What will happen when it comes to actually classifying the women's riders? It will start with the A category and their time. Then, so it will categorize A category, their time. Then it will go to B categories and their time, C categories their time, and D categories their time. Because we appreciate that A categories will have potentially a longer ride than maybe the B, C's, and D's, and working your way down. And therefore, we want to try and encourage. So we want to still reward those that are riding the higher end. However, trying to make it as fair as we can anyway, and that's how we're skinning the women's category. So trial this one to see how it works out. Hopefully it's been taken well. And as we was waffling there, we have got Rose Co that are on as we're watching now. I believe, not sure if Rose was what we had a rider that was promoted. Not sure into the C's. I wasn't sure if it was Rose. But she is. She's actually sporting the kit for that we've been decided for Royal Signal. So you'll notice everyone's in kind of there are team kits out there. They're not the Royal Signals in real life jersey. However, Swift has variety of jerseys. So the Signal has decided that this kit that Rose is sporting there is going to be the kit that they're wearing. So that's why we've got that on. That's why they're wearing that, and you'll notice there's another rider there. By that, the RLC, I believe you've got in that sporting kit there by Sean. So yeah, so far very quiet, but then that's going to be the case because nothing yet. It's going to be happening for a while. This is kind of just all shaking out for some of the more hairier moments once they get into actually the new part of the courses and stuff like that. So I'm just going to bring up, hopefully, yes, give you a rough idea for distances anyway. So then the first sprint is at 13.4 kilometers. So if we move over to the A categories, we should find ourselves. He says, there's the A's. All right, you're not watching them at the moment because I am, but we will switch over. Go. So we've got D Hibbert there. So there's your A cat rider still bossing away. And they're going to be the first ones potentially, most likely anyway, to hit the first sprint at 13.4 kilometers. What we've got here, Pat, have retired, mate. Laugh at it. Maybe next season with less dropouts. Good luck to all riders. Some riders, some cracking races. Oh, that's a shame, Pat. But hey, maybe just jump in on the next race anyway. The next race might be more your kind of cup of tea, the final one. Right, so let's find ourselves. Oh, I'm talking. That's ready here. So yeah, all good so far. It's going to be quite not a slow race today, but with it being a relatively flat course, you know, this is going to be, unless anyone tries to animate things, you're going to find a lot of me just waffling away, jumping to and from riders and that kind of stuff, and just talking about people as we can see them and the likes of. So again, if you're in chat, talk away. Tell me any riders you want to see and all that jazz. That'd be great. Yeah. But as we're saying, we're watching now with the A categories. Still a little bit away until the first kind of sprint. But we'll crack on. I am currently also monitoring the Bs. They are actually not so far away from the A category. Most likely because obviously the speed of them travelling. The smaller groups potentially aren't going to be travelling the same speed. Though currently they are matching around about 42 kilometres an hour each. So, you know, 42, 43. So they're kind of matching speed at the moment. However, you might find that the B categories will catch up with the A's. And that's not because they're necessarily riding harder than the A's per se, but there's more legs and therefore more turns on the front, more chance of people be pushing through and doing all that kind of stuff. So yeah. All the group rides were weekends. But I'm just reading the comments. Who noticed there then? So we had someone that just dropped a draft, a van power up. Who was that then? Was that Mike? Mike? No, C Miller. Looks like it could be C Miller there. No. Anyway, whoever it was, AF. There you go. Dropped a van. That one is that one allows basically a longer draft. So it helped. So they could actually be spat out, but they could be further back from the pack. Those that are new, and when you hear me talking about draft and stuff like that, obviously, if you're familiar with on the road racing and real life racing, whatever you fancy calling it, not virtual stuff, you're probably maybe familiar with the idea of a draft. You know, if you're behind a rider, you'll get a benefit of not being that first person to hit the wind, the resistance, and you'll get a bit of a break. Well, Swift also has the same dynamic. So the riders don't necessarily have to work hard. They can sit in a line in the pack, and they can be easy. They can have an easier time. The less effort they have to put out, but yet still be traveling at the same kind of speed as the rider in front. So that's what that's all about. And that draft van power up you saw there meant that basically they could be further back, and they'd still get a kind of benefit from being there. So you go watching there, E.I. Thompson, just pushing on a bit there. I'm not sure if he's trying to push the race or he's trying to animate things a bit. There's a lot of infantry here, so I can see him trying to do some tactics and try and animate things a bit because yeah, they might want to try and do something with the race. But we'll see. Interestingly, if we quickly move over to the 3 category, you can see Rob McEwen there with our Rob Ferguson. Oh, mate. I've actually broke away. So we have got a little breakaway coming, which is interesting. And yeah, which is good to see actually. It's not necessarily. I'm not saying that breakaway is always the way to go. But they're going to try something, which is good. I like that. A little bit early, but 2 of them have gone away. Let's see what they can do. We'll keep an eye on that one. That'll be an interesting one to watch. Sure. So Rob McEwen and Rob Ferguson, both seasoned vets on Swift Racing League. I know that Rob McEwen rides in a league, and so does Rob Ferguson. So both vets on Swift, know how the pack works, all that jazz. So yeah, we'll keep watching that one with interest. We move back over to the A's again. Again, nothing crazy yet, but we are going shortly up to the sprint. What did I say? 13.4, didn't I? So yep, 13.4 for the Woodland sprint. That's where we go. See where this goes. Now there is a few sprint segments, other sprint segments on this part of the course, but we're not counting them ones. There's only 3 of them that we're going to be counting for this race anyway. But they're kind of in a nice spread out. Nearly there. Nearly there. So just keep an eye on the A's. So yeah, wooden sprints just come up as in on a segment, and we're going to find now who's going to be the first to pull the trigger with the A's, and try and get these sprints points. So these sprints are fastest through, not first across the line. So you don't necessarily need to be first over. You just need to be the fastest. And the reason why we've done that is because first of all we can score it. So they've passed the banner straight, just there, the start banner. No one's actually yet pushing too hard. It's a bit of a downhill, which is ideal, and they're going to hit the ground. Irony is it's called woodland sprint, but the woods are all, or the trees are all gone. So we've got an 8 watts per kilo there. I saw from Ian Thompson, 10 from D Hibbert. Here we go. See what we've got going on here. Ian Thompson, some really big numbers there. Well done there to the A's there. That was some real strong numbers. And let's see if someone else tries to push it across. While we're doing that, let's quickly move back over to the B's. They're just caught up here. So we've got Rob Ferguson just dropped back there. So them 2 that went away, unfortunately, looks like they've been caught. But Nick Howarth coming flying through there across the line. Again, just doesn't necessarily mean that he's got, just because he came first means he got first across the line, he's got the fastest. But the fact that he did come far way back does strongly suggest that he could have definitely scored well there. Right, let's see if we can quickly find ourselves a C category rider before. So I think we may have just missed out on it, but let's try and see. Oh no, we're not actually. Good. So let's push over to the C's. It says 13.4. Yep, so we're good. While we're doing that on that side, let's find ourselves a D category on the other stream. Got 2 versions of the game running. This is why we're able to view Twitch being quite smoothly. Good. And we just go 2 screens, for example. You can see there now. We're just watching the A's and D's. So we've got the, let's go on to D's ends. The C's are coming in. We've got a few riders that have gone early. Don't know if that's going to be too early. Eventually Ross Miller, though, he's going well, but he needs to keep that going. Someone else might jump onto his wheel. Craig Scott, for example, smashing it through. Some of these riders, I know Craig and Tom Dobson there. Sorry, Craig is still going though. Oh, what a ride! What a sprint there. That was a long sprint. He did good there. He did good. I was saying there. So I know both Craig Philcox, Tom Dobson, Russ Miller, anyway for sure, are all raced yesterday in the Swift Racing League. So they're may have some tired legs. Now, this is always an opportunity as well for riders to actually take this through, and maybe that's what Phil Cox is doing right now. He may be seeing this an opportunity now to break the pack apart, and that's one of the good things about these sprint segments is exactly that. They have an opportunity now to thin the field out. As you can see, 4 seconds there already by Phil Cox has made across the other group there. So potentially there is some scope there that actually this could spread them out and start kind of and doing some damage to the C race anyway regarding the large pack. But we'll see. It looks like a lot of them are coming in and they are working together now to bring that gap in. 3-4 seconds apart. But those at the back are going to be trying to hold on here. Oh, too far. We just had there Hannah Napton, Rose Coe, likes of. But like there you go. few riders just kind of losing touch. L. Smith, Owen Mitchell, M. Norton, for example, all just losing touch a little bit. They need to work on something here to try and bring that gap in, or they could potentially find themselves in that area where they're not going to be able to bridge that back over. And the speed of that lead group, considering it's quite sizable still, will be too fast for them to catch on. You can see there that they are now actually being able to pull away quite comfortably. All right, let's just move over to the Ds then. So we've got John Grimsdale, like I mentioned there, John being one of the kind of the main protagonists in the sprint race, not the sprint, sorry, in the GC element anyway of the series. He's actually kind of gone alone and away from the pack. However, just he might be doing well for the GC. It doesn't necessarily mean well for him for the actual sprint competition or the points competition there. We always see they're going that Herbert that was going. No, we've got the front there. D Hunter again. He was quite formidable last week as well in the sprint elements on Innsbruck Ring, and you can see there he's already kind of closed that gap massively down on John. He's crossed the line there quite comfortably. Looks like he's probably going to have picked up the sprint points on that segment there as well. So really good work there from everyone. Cool. Right. Let's see what the what's happening at the front end. Get an idea. The next sprint segment anyway, we've got 18.3 kilometers. So we're actually coming in quite nicely to the next segment. It's wonderful. Trying to sell some bees. So we're going to look at the watching the ACAT riders for now. The side as well. Currently, there's about 400 meters between actually the A's and the B's right now. So the chances are that the A's will close in eventually on the A's. And I'm pretty sure the A's will then just ride along with the B's. Unfortunately, there's always a risk of having that kind of that element to these races. But we'll see. Again, if you're in chat, jump in, say hello, give us any thoughts, opinions on the race so far. Be great to know. Let me know the quality of the stream. I feel like it's gone the best as it has so this season so far. But please let me know. It'd be great to get that feedback through. So yeah, the bees are definitely closing in now. Talking 200 meters, but they've started to sprint again. They've sprinted a little bit early this time, so the start banner is there. They go through there now. So Ian Thompson there, Simon Howe working through. It's a slight uphill though, so this is going to sap the energy out of the legs. But 10 watts per kilo. Look at all that orange all them orange numbers there you're getting from the A's. What an impressive display of strength there from all of them. They're dropping the aero power up. AF there, Mike Goff, Ian Thompson. Whew, that's going to be close there for that finish. We'll quickly move over to the B's before they're already there. They're already there. I'm too late. So let's try and jump up. I don't think we're going to get them though. Yeah. The B's were too quick for me that time. So there we go. But Nick Howarth looking like he's at the front there. Again, what are they going to do? I would, if I was B's now, I would be trying to push his pace to try and split this pack down and then kind of have a new group with them ACAT riders. That's what I would be trying to do if I was in that B category rider, but then I'm not as strong and fit as them guys either. Ty Howell looking over at the A's as well, though he seems to be pulling away. Brilliant racing tonight. Looking forward to getting back away. So Ollie Roberts. Hi Ollie, I hope you're well. Bet power 100%. Yeah, good so far. Good racing so far. It's a bit flat, so it's slightly different to what we've had in the past. But these sprint segments in between are making it a little bit interesting and see what the rider's doing. You got there. Sia Howe, Mike Goff have broken away. 2 seconds from that. These guys will probably now sit back and maybe allow the Bees to catch on potentially and kind of play some games there with them. But we'll see. see. So what we're going to do, let's go and find ourselves a C category rider, shall we? Just let's give me a C category rider. And that C category rider is going to be... It's good. I always enjoy the some stuff in chat anyway. Definitely makes it feel like I'm not just talking to myself, which is always a good thing. So we're going over to the which I've just missed. There we go. Too quick ago. No, hang on. No, I've just got it in time, I think. Whoa, there we go. Look at that. We're in. Jake Goldsworthy there, going up. Again, it's this uphill bit. 13 watts per kilo. Craig Scott, once again, he really wants them points, doesn't he, Craig? And he is flying through that. Once again, who's going to try and hold on? Is there someone else coming? Tom Dobson's coming up from the rear as well. But Craig Scott, once again, looks like he's picking up points there. So well done to Craig. Let's just move, find ourselves. Right. And let's get back to, well, not back, let's go to the D's then. So let's get to the front of the race. There we go. G Farrell, Infantry Geezer. Good. A little bit away, yeah. Now you can see there on the mini map as well. I'm getting worse. Great job, Craig. There, Phil. Sorry, well done, Harry. Sorry that. So we got the D. Yeah, so you can start seeing now on the map on the screen that people are starting to mix around in that. Okay, no, this is our way of trying to encourage riders not to be racing their own and they get dropped out. So, for example, we've got Emma Thompson here with the C's, and she's in the lead group now with the D category. Okay, you know, and we've got a few other AL lists there as well. So the idea is, yeah, it's purely to try and just encourage, to almost not discourage the racing and the riding that, and think, oh, I'm going to get spat out. So what's the kind? Not to say what's the point, but you're still getting some fizz from this and all that. But I've been there before when you get left on your own and that, and especially in a virtual world as well, where you got no one around you. It can get a bit demoralising. So the idea is to try and help encourage and inspire soldiers to cycle. So that's why you'll find that this is why we're going for it. This format anyway, when it's like a to B kind of race, when it's a circuit race, it becomes a little bit more trickier to manage. So annoyed, my computer rebooted. Oh no, sorry to hear that, Jay. Come on, Signal. Signals are doing really well, Jay. This series are for sure. They're doing really well. Right, here we go. Anyway, we're on the D's. You've dropped so we've got the aero power up there, so they should be faster, quicker through. We've got a few of those out at the front. D Hunter again seems to be the sprinter of this group. Really pushing down the watts there. Really pushing down. And some of the other riders there at the back, behind, trying to catch on. And even the C category riders, so Ellis there, also doing their bit and trying to get through and trying to put a representative time. Like I said, it doesn't matter where they are in the finish in the race or where they are. But just purely by putting a time in means that they could still be earning good points. So they may have not be winning. They may have been that front lead group, but having a good sprint could do them do well for them. So yeah, and it's good that they're still trying to do that. So last sprint is going to be at 23.9 kilometers. Look at that. We are around about there as well. So Ian Thompson, Cy House. So we've got the two of the Bs, as in the buzzing type, infantry Bs. Trying to pull away again. 1-2 seconds. I don't think they're going to allow it. But at 23.9 anyway, you've got the Acropolis sprint. So that will be the next one to look out for. While we're looking at them, I'll get ourselves prepped for. So that actually, that gap hasn't been closed with the bees. I'm just looking at that as well. And currently, the bees haven't managed to catch on yet. And they look like they were going to at one point. But from the looks of things, they haven't. Unless there's some sneaking in that haze, but I don't think there is. So yeah. Good stuff. These guys are pushing hard now. Cy Howe. Ian Thompson. Okay, in chat. Who we think are going to get this fastest time coming up? Acropolis is now on the screen, so we are coming up to it. The Azar have now brought that one back as well, that small breakaway. We will be coming up to it very shortly. You see the banner is just there. Away we go. Ian Thompson's gone. Drop the aero. I'm through. Mike Goff. Good stuff there from the Ace. Right. See what's going to happen with the bees. They've gone early, some of them. Again, it's not necessarily that first part through the line. So Mike Latchin may not be getting the top points, but it's good that he's trying it. I mean, the fact that he's maybe trying to get away, so he could be setting Nick Howarth up with a little bit of an aero or a bit of a draft there. And again, Nick Howarth's coming through the line. Again, looking like he may have got the top points there from the beat. But again, we'll see. There might be someone hidden amongst the line that could, in fact, get the points. So just because we see them and they're at the front doesn't necessarily mean they're going to grab them points. Once again, though, with these bees, you know, the question lies is what are they? Are they going to try and do something? Again, we're kind of spreading out. We have now got a gap of 3 seconds with Tom McMulkin there being that 3 seconds away, and there's a few little climbs here. So we've now got a group of 6 here. Now, I would be trying to work in this 6 now and trying to do something if they want to get some good points, especially if you're on your own, like for example there Rich Smith or Rob Ferguson there as well, and Mike Lashin, all kind of their potential strong riders that could score well. Now you've got 3 signalers in amongst the group as well, which isn't necessarily the ideal for them because it could mean that they're gonna, well, they're not interested. They don't have to work necessarily. Going to get some good points anyway, but for the rest of them, there is definitely some incentive. And Tom has probably sniffed this as well, and that's why he's now bridging over. Okay, and then we've got this group 1, 2, 3, and 4 riders here. Seem to now have been spat out. Chris Murray, yeah. D. Lewis, Ray now, who's in his garage freezing. Well, probably not freezing now. Yeah, so you got Chris Murray there. Time trial extraordinaire. And there's a small, they could bring this back 3 seconds. It's definitely not doable. Not doable. Yeah. Double negative. I'm sure that's good England. And I think she sniffed that. Yeah, I think they've sniffed this as well. And they are bringing that back. Right, quickly. Before I miss it. C's anyway. Going at it once again. Pushing on. Who we've got there? Is it? Oh, Bill Cox has Craig Scott got enough in the tank? That's Phil. Where's Craig? Oh, that's going to be a close one. I was thinking that was between Craig. I don't know who else that was with Craig. There's another rider in front of him. It could be a B-Cat rider or something like that. That was close for sure. Right, let's find ourselves some D category riders, shall we? Another good thing about having them all on the same course, it's so much easier to find riders. Go, see? Do this already, and you're not having to spend the next 2 minutes listening to me trying to find people. Unfortunately, some of the guys didn't get the memo looking at the A categories anyway, and are sprinted on to the next stage as well, which isn't actually a sprint segment coming up. So the Stoneway one is not a sprint segment. Stoneway one is a sprint segment for next week, but Stoneway is not a sprint segment for this week. I did put out a post with all the sprint segments for today. Unfortunately, some people have not got the memo, but hey ho. So anyway, looking at D category, coming up to it shortly now. I haven't missed it, have I? I think so. No. So we're at 28 kilometers now, aren't we? What did we say the complete distance was? It would be 35.1. Okay. 5.1, yeah. So about 6-7 kilometers left for the A and B, or at least the A's. B's are not that far behind, so probably very similar in that. Them two. Good stuff, though. Good stuff. And say D categories, they've got 29.6 kilometers. So they're about 5 kilometers away as well. Okay, here we go. Some riders are pushing on again. I mean, this could be another tactic as well. It's making it slightly harder for the other riders, so they're not necessarily able to sprint, or at least got the legs to do that sprint. That's always another tactic that is sometimes used. Here we go. D-Cats through the line there. Do drop in the old Ellis and the C-Cats, but again, still trying to put time. We've got orange there. Was that old Hunter? It was hunting down the points. The long sprint. So, yeah, riders have got to kind of like manage their efforts, but it looks like anyway D Hunter is pushing on, but doesn't mean, as always, we're going to get the top points. There we go. D Hunter's come through. Right, let's get ourselves back over to the A Cats. That's B. Yeah. So 29.5. Oh, just minus a second. It's coming in. Okay, can we turn that down? We'll go in the living room. No. Hopefully the you can't hear the tablet in the background. You probably can when I'm talking, but when I'm quiet, you probably can't hear it. But yeah, typically, kids staring at the screen, but needs to be as loud as anything. Right, 29.9 kilometers. What do we say? 35.1. Otis, want to go living room? Or can you turn it down? Hit the step. What do you want to do? Apple juice. Okay. You go in the living room with it. Right. Yeah, so 30.1. Now, credit where it's due for the A category riders. We go to screens and we show you what's going on here. The Bs are still not caught them. So credit where it's due for the A's. There was a point where it looked like the Bs were going to grab on, but they've not. And you can see that roughly where they are in comparison to each other. The A categories have managed to stay away. So there was points where it looked like they were going to bring it in, but they didn't. So yeah, credit where it's due. With the Bs anyway, you can see got there Chris Murray, and then there's about a minute or almost a minute then between the group of Rich Barrett and Mike Mace, not Mike. Mark Mason. Mark, is it Mark? Apologies if I've got your name wrong, mate. I'm going blank. So yeah, but good stuff. Right, but let's see what the A's are going to do. The A's, so Mike Goff there has started to push it on a bit. So we're getting to like a small up. You can see it from the display there. There is like a kind of little gradients coming up now. Just give me a second, please. Right, sorry about that, team. All right, what are we watching? Mike Goff coming to the pulling away there, and has already managed a 4-second gap now on ECW. Not W, no. So they're starting to drag out now. We'll see what happens here. Definitely looks like Mike is now trying to break away from that group. Moving on to the Bs as well, you'll notice that they've started to spread out now on these climbs. So this is that part now that really is going to sap them legs. At this point, they may have been flat for the most part, but the sprints would have definitely tied the legs out. And now we're kind of coming up to these little kind of climbs, these little gradients that are just going to hurt the legs, little punches, and that especially those that needed to catch back on, maybe had less of a recovery time. But this is the design of this course. This was kind of like what it was meant to try and achieve. So there we go. We just zoom in on these, for example, you can see there that now we've got a definite split now. 13 seconds, 18 seconds for that kind of group now. Ray once again showing that he may have been promoted to just coming into chat there as well, Ray. I'm cooked, yeah, but you've done really, again, a really good effort from yourself, Ray, to hold on to the race. You've done really well there, mate. So credit where it's due. Let's go and have a quick ganders over what's happening with the C's. You can see there Mike has pulled away 32.1 kilometers, and we've got around about 3 left for them. So while we're doing that, see what's happening. C's have got, no, that's the wrong call, sorry. C's 32. So Craig has now got about 2 kilometers to push as well, and is now decided enough is enough and is pulling away from the group, and no one is responding. They've all let him do it. This has happened before on the C categories. They've seen a rider go and they've not responded. I don't know if that's because they're cooked. I mean, what we got, 154 beats per minute, 177. Some are in that high 170 area. So there are some riders that definitely are struggling for sure. Let's quickly move back over to the A's while we're watching. Sorry, I was talking away there, and you know what? You're only watching the B's. There we go, Craig Scott. Sorry there, I was waffling away, and a lot of you thinking, who the hell is he talking about? 14, 15, 16 seconds there from that lead group. Now we've got 30. We've got about a K to go for Craig. Right, let's quickly go back to the A's, 32.8. So they've still got a little bit longer to go. So let's try and catch very good gain. Let's get that. See if we can capture that finish for him. we're doing that, I'll quickly look and see how the Ds are getting along. So 28. Right, so we may be looking at the Ds and the Cs finishing shortly. We're looking there, John Grimsdale just coming through, 28.9 to go, about 700 meters for him. So we're going to may have to watch both at the same time. It's going to be hard to capture both of these. So it looks like 31.4, 32 kilometers. So after the slough is the key for Craig. After the slough. For John, it is the archway banner that is on the screen map. So Craig has dropped his van. His draft. Probably needed it because he's got no one to draft with. But okay. You find there 4 seconds there from Neil Herbert and D Hunter. Again, maybe not necessarily they're worried because the points competition probably is going to swing their way. John's is going to be ahead in the GC competition. But yeah, it looks like that we've got both C and D riders finishing around about the same time. There's the slough. So for Craig, he's gone through the slough. It shouldn't be that further now. We're actually going to be reaching to the final segment now for Craig. We've just watched there John finishing as well with a sprint finish from them lot. Good stuff. Now we should be 32 kilometers, I believe. Unfortunately, because we're van viewing this, we don't know where it is. But yeah, we've got through there now. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to switch over to the A and B's respectively. Catch them, hopefully. There's definitely get a Thompson 33.8, so they've still got time. Need to find ourselves. So what we'll do while we're waffling and while I'm doing that, hopefully try and get further up the road. To waffle away from the time being. Oh dear. I think I might, unfortunately, not be able to view the other riders. Simon Howe, there we go. We reached the finish. Oh dear. Not right. I'm pretty sure 35.1. That's finished earlier than I was expecting. That is unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like actually we have come to the end for the both B's and C's as well. Fortunately there. Sorry. Thought we were going to catch the finish for both of them, but I must have got our distance wrong. So yeah, what we'll do is we will go to view the see what the results are, or at least what they're coming provisionally as anyway. Just give me a second, team. Okay. 18. Okay. Okay. Let's go live. Interesting. Oh, that's a shame I've missed that, and apologies to Si there if I've for missing that. It looks like it looks like Simon Howell won that race, which is great for a first timer in the A's. I'm really gutted that I've missed that now. Unfortunately, didn't have enough screens to be able to watch everything there, but still good stuff there from Si. If you are watching, if you have been racing, by all means jump in chat. Let me know how it's gone for you. Great to know. Looking there, though, we may have had Rich Smith there as well. That's won the B category with Steve Ski in second. Looks the thing. So if I fill this out like this, it looks like Si managed to bring it back, which was an interesting. I'm really gutted I've missed that because Mike Goff looked like he'd done enough to pull away, but everyone watched to bring it back. Rich Smith, 20 seconds there over a Ski, Rob Ferguson. And then look at the C's, Chris. Don't think this is right actually because it looks. Craig Scott was definitely winning out. This one hasn't been updated yet. Too many sprints. Dave, you were beast in the sprints, mate. So yeah, I mean, you brought that on yourself, Rich M. That was epic. Oh, I'm glad. I mean, it's all, what was it, within an hour, which was the game plan anyway. Definitely promoted too early. B's a beast. Well, again, Ray, you say that, mate, but you were what? We're around the top 10 mark, I think. 1, 2. Where are you, Ray? Nearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 13th and that, but still, that's commendable, mate. Again, with you being in the B's, you're not going to always be straight at the front end. So yeah, I wouldn't poorly on that. Thank you, Steve Hawkins, for telling me what your heart rate looks like for this race. That's good that you get in there early anyway. Craig Scott, then, yeah, there you go. Craig Scott, Andrew Thackeray, Nate Cronick being your first, second, and third, and Russ Miller there being fourth. Yeah, great there. Lots of C category riders. It's always good to see. No, not yet, Steve. Sorry, I've got a message from Steve. If you're in chat as well, I don't know, but yeah. And then the D's, John Grimsdale winning once again, but not by that much of a margin, it would seem like. Ignore the 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes to the lead time. Dave Hunter, Matt Whitaker, and Neil H. respectively. So all good stuff there. Oh, there you go. It's updated now. Mike Goff, and then Si Howell and Tim Robinson. Okay, there we go. And then in the B's, it's Tom McMullen, Rob McEwen, and Mike Latchin first, second, and third, respectively. So there we go, team. That is another race done. One more to go. The last race of this series is the. Give me a second while I bring up the details. You probably will not going to be able to see it though, but you're going to listen to me talk about it. So we're all winners. And I wish I didn't do it like that. Thing once again. I close that before it becomes an issue. Nope. Right, okay. Right, here we go. Humdinger. Check out the YouTube video if you haven't yet seen it with the recce or with the series details. Okay, but this one is the Mayan Mash, and they start off in the Mayan area. Go up the Mayan, whichever one it's called. Basically the KOMs on that side, and then you've got finishes on the grade for the D categories. The C categories finish at the Epic Com. The B's and A's get then a nice little journey down that one to go back up the other side. The B's finish halfway up the climb, and the A's finish back at the grade. So it's going to be a real good one for the climbers, I think, this one anyway. So yeah, there's going to be points. There's going to be sprint competition early on, which was that Stoneway one. And then they're going to have 2 KOM segments back to back, pretty much, for that one. Unfortunately, though, we can't do anything more with regards to getting com points and stuff like that for the other banners. But still, it's going to be a good competition, this one. So yeah, final race. Be great if you can all take part and enjoy it. So yeah, that's going to be me signing off once again. Thank you for watching. Hopefully the stream, it seems to have gone smoother this time, which is great news. I like a smooth stream. It seems that my efforts have paid off, at least, to get that all sorted. So yeah, thank you for watching again. And by all means, if you're watching later on, drop some comments below. Tell me what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, or even ideas for courses for the winter series. So yeah, that's me anyway, signing off. Have a good evening, everyone. Look out for the results coming in shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.